So that's a really good thing. So I'll move to agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one, and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, your position in the group, and if you're here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. No questions? This could be the fastest meeting ever. What was our record? 7 minutes. I missed it.
Kids, let's say
Dr. Schoen, Superintendent's report?
I do. Just a couple of things this evening. One, certainly a thank you to our very talented students over at the middle school, and to Mrs. Laura for her dedication to them. That was wonderful. I would love to do that at every board meeting if that was possible. I do have a great announcement this evening, and that's in regard to QSAC, which is the Quality Single Accountability Continuum, a really great way of saying that we get monitored by the State Department. Every 3 years, school districts in the state of New Jersey need to go through monitoring. We were monitored 3 years ago. However, the state decided to refine the process and only monitor those districts that do not meet or exceed 24 metrics within 6 categories. Those categories are instruction program, fiscal, governance, operations, and personnel. I have shared with the board what's called an equivalency application, and the reason that I did is because in order for us to accept the fact that we hit and met and exceeded almost all of those 24 metrics, I am pleased to announce that we are considered a very high-performing school district. We do not need to be monitored by the state. The equivalency application I will send in tomorrow with your approval, and we are extremely pleased. And what that's saying is that we're doing a great job, both in the schools and what we need to do, but also on a central office level, because it does cover every aspect. So I will be informing our staff of this tomorrow in a district email, placing an announcement on our district website, as well as informing our parents with an email as well, so that everybody is on the same page. But congratulations to the board. There is a governance piece, to fiscal management, to Ed and his team, to the mayor, who just walked in. Just a really great job, and kudos to everybody. But I did want to share that with you. That is my report in the chat.
Okay, thank you very much. Update on open issues, anybody? No? Dennis?
Briefly, I know that at last meeting we passed a resolution related to sustainable schools for Jersey. We are officially registered. We sat for a webinar today for 1 hour. We are one of 17 districts registered in the state, and we are one of 3 in Bergen County. So we're moving forward. We met with the principals, and we'll keep you updated.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you for what you're doing with that, Dennis.
Ed?
Just quickly, the HVAC replacement at Betsy Ross and George Washington. We opened the bids back on December 2nd. The first low bid beat out the second low bid by $1,300. There were some concerns raised by the second low bidder concerning some administrivia in the whole process. So after review by our attorney, he felt there was no reason why we would not award to the lowest bidder, based on the objections that were raised. So just so you know that there was a little bit more work in terms of the legal end of this than is typical.
Are we scheduled for the summer on this?
Before.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, the goal will be to be ready for May. Now whether we'll hit that is a different question, but the goal is to get it done this spring application.
Can the work be done while students
Yes.
are in school? Okay, great. Very good. My report?
Could I just say something?
Sure.
I know a mayor has never been here to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, right? That has never happened. But I wanted to take this opportunity. I think this may be one of your last meetings before the holiday, and I know that what you do is very important to this community, and the time that you spend, it doesn't get missed on anyone. So happy holidays, and that's the only reason I'm here. Good news. Congratulations.
Bill,
Yes.
can you give our best back to the council?
Yes, I will.
That would be
I will. They'll
wonderful.
appreciate that. We appreciate what you do.
Thanks, we
Thanks,
appreciate
Jerry.
it.
Library
meeting up the street.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll see you in the morning, Mayor Lapride.
Thank you.
I really don't have a president's report, except to say, yes, this is my last night. Do I have the retirement grin?
You don't have to let that happen. You don't have to look that happy about it.
I'm sorry, I'll try and be sad. I thank everybody on this board, administrative team. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I think we have taken Mahwah school system to heights that I don't think any of us could have dreamed of when we were here. Doug, John, Chuck, me, Rick. It's been an amazing ride, so thank you. Peter, would you like to add anything to that? As this will be your,
This is my last
Just sabbatical
meeting
evening.
for a while. I wish they knew the incumbents well. I also wish that they really do well by our students, that they don't let them down, and work as hard as we did over the years to get to this level. Thank you.
thank you. Committee reports, though, we did have an instructional committee, last week?
Yes.
Yes. There are some great curriculum that are not on tonight. They will be on the January agenda, so you guys will get a chance to all look at those. Basically, there's 2 STEM curricula that will be approved. Although they are standalone classes, they're going to be grouped together. So a student that signs up for one will actually still take that second class. We're trying to make these courses extremely realistic, keeping in mind that these are for jobs that we don't know if they exist yet. So we're preparing kids for jobs that aren't even on our radar. One of the things that Chuck and I did ask is that we do get them outfitted with some type of tablet in these classes that will just be for these classes. Kristen Trabona and Daniel Polway have done an amazing job. They're also tying together 2 more curricula in the math department, statistics and data structures. Statistics is that class for those kids that are not quite ready for pre-calc, but want to keep their skills sharp heading into college. So I think that's going to be a really great course for those students that may not like the brainiac math kids that we certainly have. There will be textbooks on next month's agenda also, and tonight we do have more of the elementary tutoring hours for Joyce Kilmer, and that's about it for now. I think instructionally, Christine, thank you. We're doing amazing things, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Were there any other committee reports? Peter, I guess the pamphlet that was here is the
That's what I promised
strategic
last
plan.
meeting.
Yeah, thank you. Any other board member remarks, comments?
Just one remark on the negotiation side.
Oh, yeah, thank
Start
you.
to exchange dates,
Oh, good,
so very good.
very good.
Very good.
Yeah, that's,
So,
yeah, keep that moving along, that would be great.
We're gonna, Doug and Rick and I'll get together with Ed before the night's out, and we'll just see how we can get those together, so it's on us to respond.
Okay. The only other one I'd like to just do on the executive and planning committee is, we've kind of talked a little bit about maybe changing some of the committees around, combining some committees. That will be up to you guys once you you reorg in the new year. So that's about it. Old business?
No, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
You can't go that fast.
We can.
You're not gonna break the record, so
All right, you're right.
I'll make it a little longer for you.
Okay.
Now, I just, under additional comments or reports, just thank both of you for your dedication and your commitment to the Township of Mahwah and the kids. Your skill sets and the dedication, the effort that you put in a volunteer position, the amount of time coming to the meetings prepared, having a vision for the kids, and really never taking your focus off of what's important. And that's the 3,000 kids that come in here day in, day out now. I won't do the math right now, but just thinking how long, Trish, that you've put in the time, Pete, the amount of time that you've put in, tens of thousands of kids have benefited from what you have done. And, that's quite a commitment that you've put in over the years, and truly appreciated by everybody sitting around this table, and quite a few people sitting out there as well. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Since I Then,
I would like to add something also, that I don't think people realize there's a lot that goes on behind, there's a lot of time and effort put on behind the scenes and a lot of hours. And as president, I can't imagine, she kept her family together and raised wonderful kids. And she did it with a smile, and there's just so much time put into this kind of job, and you did it, and you always led us fearlessly through good times and bad times, and it's a lot to do, and I really appreciate that.
thank you.
And Pete, you like are the expert on New Jersey school boards, and
Done a lot of traveling.
and you know, thank you for all of your time that you put into it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I have remarks courtesy of Ms. Davis, who could not make it tonight.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, oh, thank you. That's terrific.
Look, a big version.
Oh. This will be a lot shorter now.
I'm just helping you add some big font, we're good to go.
Yes, so this is from Chris to Trish, and it goes like this. It says, Trish, some people just know how to bring out the best in others. You are this person. Your dedication and commitment to the students of Mahwah started long before you were elected to the board in 2002, and I suspect will continue in new ways in the future. Over the years, you volunteered at nearly every school in Mahwah and served on committees too numerous to count, including as HSO president. Through all of those years, you were always the go-to person for getting the job done, whether it was fundraising, planning various activities for our students, or volunteering backstage as a drama mama, to name just a few, and you did it all with a smile. You came to the board because of your sustained desire to serve our community. You are the perfect example of the quintessential volunteer. You are selfless and tireless and one of the best citizens that I know. I am sure I speak for the entire board when I say that it has truly been an honor to serve on this board with you over the last 12 years. Thank you, Trish, for everything you have done for your leadership, your wisdom, and for your approximately 288 Wednesday nights. But most of all, for your friendship. You will be missed. Sincerely, Chris.
That's very nice. We move on now.
No.
This wasn't supposed to be a roast.
I wanted it to be a roast, but I didn't get enough votes for that.
Do I open it?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Lily,
Huh? Not Liz.
Oh, that's beautiful.
right. Do that just a second.
Have your order.
Right. I'm waiting for her to.
You're waiting
Thank
for
you,
the
Glow.
thank you, thank you.
It's
Isn't
like
that
glow.
beautiful?
You open
It's
and then there's
beautiful.
glow.
Thank you, I know, thank you.
Smile.
Thank you.
She asked a question, what am I gonna put in this?
I just put chocolate in it.
Right.
And if I put dark chocolate, I'll think of all of you, because
So,
anyone.
I'd be remiss if I don't also thank Mr. Wendrikowitz. I think that anybody who's been here could never walk away from a meeting that Peter is at and doubt his commitment. And he will attend these programs at the NJSBA. And if it weren't for Peter attending these programs, it's fair to say very few of us would actually know what's going on at the NJSBA. So to the extent this is your sabbatical, we'll have to find a way to replace this resource in the short term, but thank you for your service. And I guess we'll see you again, so I don't really want to make it permanent sounding.
Well, what I would like to
So-
say though about that, notice that he's given it 2 years when he was working with school boards. He's actually blown it out for 2 years so that
Okay.
he doesn't miss a step in between time.
There you go.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, flowers.
Very much.
Come back, Dick.
He has to return this, right?
If he runs and wins again, then he has to return it.
So could I just add a few things, just to make it your longest night?
Oh, great. We've been doing so well on these meetings.
So I'll turn to Peter. Peter, thank you for all the years of service. I echo everything that has been said already. So well appreciated, longtime resident. You really, make Mahwah what it is. Making your time away from the family valuable to giving it back to the community. So thank you for that. And Trish, all the years I've known you. You've raised your family in Mahwah. You've been a longtime resident, attended Mahwah, and to come back and serve on the board and make Mahwah what it is now compared to what it was, just tremendous. I've seen, being a student through the system as well, I wish it was what all the students have today. And you made it great. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim. I really appreciate that.
And I'll be real quick.
John, I hope you've got something nice to say down there.
Save it for later. Off the books.
I appreciate from both you guys the mentorship and the advice, and help me try and figure out this this insanely fun thing we call the Board of Education, and my kind of helping me tackle that learning curve. How many times we've been on the phone? I think we were on the phone the one time for about 2.5 hours on my way up to Boston, talking about different stuff, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the time and the advice. There's, a lot of people don't realize the number of years of experience that the board is losing between the two of you guys. I mean, it's always, it's always interesting to have new people, new set of eyes looking at things in a different way. But when you have the better part of the board at this point, John and I are here for 3 years now. We have 2 brand new members. There's a pretty steep learning curve, and there's a lot of experience that was lost. So I mean, hopefully we're able to keep up the pace and keep doing what we're doing. But it won't be easy. Obviously there are big shoes to be filled. So thank you both.
Thank you.
I might as well add one more thing. I mean, as a newbie, I normally not talk, but Peter, I know that we've all highlighted your seriousness and your commitment, but I think your levity and your sense of humor has been much appreciated amongst all of the things that we're dealing with on a daily basis here. So thank you for that. Trish, I've always loved you since I was here at Bailey as a student. You raised her well also. I appreciate your honesty, your candor, your realness, and you both do things because it's right for kids, and I'm getting like misty-eyed here, but just thank you for doing it for the right reasons. You'll be missed. Seriously.
And finally, of all the people in the room, I know Trish and Peter the least amount of time. So when it comes to rookie, you were even here before I came on board. You can learn a lot about a district with what you read and what you hear, but when you come to interview for a position, the interview kind of goes both ways, because you're sitting there saying, I've got a job and I'm good to go, and perhaps I want to come here and I've heard great things, but the board represents the district in that way. And the final piece to the puzzle was meeting the board and coming back and speaking to the board. And it was never an interview, it was a conversation. And they really wanted to get to know me, to figure out if me was right for here. And because of that, I will miss the 2 of you. There is certainly a loyalty that comes to the group of people that brings you on board and says, hey, listen, we want you to help lead us. So I want to thank you both, as Dennis said, for showing me the ropes, so to speak, in Mahwah. Mahwah has its own place and a very special place. And if it weren't for all those people that have guided me along the way, I don't believe we would have done everything that we did. So I want to thank you, Trish, and Peter as well. Thank you.
No. I get to say no to you. You usually say no to me about money.
You gotta move the agenda.
I'm going to move 15A through 16F. Moved by Peter. Oh, we didn't do 14? Oh, I got called off on 14. I'm sorry. Let's do 14A through 16F. Moved by Peter, second by John Dolan. Questions, comments? There's not many changes on there. Suzanne?
It's really nice to see all the volunteers.
I know. Yeah. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dolan?
Yes, abstain on 15M.
Mr. Ebenetti?
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mrs. Curry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Yes.
Mr. De Silva?
Yes.
And Mrs. Shada.
Yes. Item 17, public questions or comment. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Yes.
Kim Barron, 15 Wheel Place. I want to thank Patricia and Pete for your service. And I look forward to hopefully filling half the shoes that you're wearing. And I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Motion to adjourn?
Motion?
Chuck, second. Suzanne, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it.